The Brexit that you voted for, okay, is either undeliverable or objectively undesirable. Everybody knows that now in politics, whether leave or remain, but nobody can say it out loud. So Boris Johnson and David Davis have to resign because the Brexit that they encouraged you to vote for is undeliverable. And they know that the Brexit Theresa May is edging towards, or indeed the hard Brexit that becomes ever more likely to be the only alternative, is wholly and objectively undesirable. So nobody can stand up and say the will of the people involves hurting the people. Nobody can stand up and say that. I don't think anybody in government can stand up and say that. Obviously, some of the more informed backbenchers can tell people the truth. But the men responsible for persuading us to vote for Brexit can't tell the truth. They can't say, I never understood or I never appreciated. And look at them as well. Look at Davis and Johnson. Two men whose entire careers seem to have been dedicated solely to sort of weird vanity projects and laziness. If you had to pick two politicians less interested in detail, you would struggle to find two. Less interested in actual detail, and yet given jobs that demand a grasp of detail that is historically unprecedented. Certainly for David Davis, less so for Boris Johnson. Nazanin Zaghari-Ratcliffe, of course, remains in jail, the British citizen that the British Foreign Secretary imperilled further after she had been imprisoned by an enemy state. We have a Foreign Secretary who managed to make her situation worse, and who, I would estimate, has spent precisely 0 seconds thinking about his own role in that debacle since. Indeed, if he has spent any seconds at all thinking about it, his conclusion was probably the same as what he told business to do during a meeting with European diplomats a couple of weekends ago. And then you've got Jeremy Corbyn being the alternative, which I appreciate. It fills some of you with quivering joy, fills me with absolute abject, what's the word I want? Not fear, not yet, just whatever the absence of enthusiasm is. What's that? Numbness, a kind of political numbness on the other side, because he could have gathered many to his colours by just simply telling the truth about Brexit. But I wonder now whether he is one of the people so deluded and so blinkered that he can't appreciate the evidence of his own eyes. So we now have reached a point where the resignation of two of the chief architects of that vote have come about precisely because they recognise it is either undeliverable, the promises they made can't be kept, and the only thing that is deliverable is undesirable. I think you can tell I'm going to be working this one up a bit during the programme. I like the way the words feel and sound as well. What is deliverable is undesirable. What was promised is undeliverable. But I don't think there is another strand to this argument anymore.